Alright, y'all. This is not a video that I wanted to make because it's become feels like deja vu. You know what I'm saying? Here I am making another video talking about the same shit with the same results, and it just gets old after a while, but I felt I really need to speak on this. I got allergies, y'all, so I might be sniffling a lot here. Before I really address what I want to say in this video, I just want to acknowledge the young brother that lost his life, Walter Wallace Jr. And I know some people, especially those on the right side, are really gonna, like, they're salivating about this. Like, yes, you know, this is really justification and he got what he deserved. He had a criminal record, yada, yada, yada. Almost glorifying that this man got killed just to prove that their side is right. This was a young black man. This was a father. This was a son, a nephew, a cousin. This was a man who, whatever faults he may have had, he had a family that loved him. You know what I mean? And he lost his life. And it's very tragic. So, you know, my condolences to the family, to the Wallace family. That's got to be some hard shit to take. I speak with compassion because my brother-in-law is mentally, you know, man, what's the politically correct way to say it? He's really mentally ill. You know what I mean? And we know this. As a family, we know this. We know that he's not there all the way. We know he has a problem. And we try to, you know, keep it under wraps as best as we can. That's those that know him. Now, if you don't know my brother-in-law, you would think he's the most dangerous man in the world. He'll curse you out. He'll threaten your life. He has a baseball bat he likes to carry around. He has a BB gun. You know, he comes across as a very violent, angry person, but he's just mentally not there. At the end of the day, he wouldn't hurt a fly. At least not that I've seen. Fortunately, the community knows him, so being that the community knows him, when he does have these outbursts, people know how to really kind of just let him get his shit out, or they know how to restrain him. But it's very rare that somebody hurts him. He's had some instances where he came across a stranger, somebody that didn't know him, and they knocked his block off. You know what I mean? So rest in peace to Walter Wallace Jr. It's not my place to criminalize him. It's not my place to put out these so-called facts and evidence and all this other bullshit that people like to say, to be like, yeah, it was justified. He got what he had coming. Nah, I'm not doing that. And at the same time, I'm not going to really bash the cops in this situation. If you watch my videos, you know I don't too much fuck with the police. I really don't. But, you know, when you fall on either side, it's easy to always justify when something wrong happens. And it's always easy to, you know, when something does match with what your side believes in, yes, I got it now. Especially motherfuckers on the right, it's all supposed to be about truth, facts, and evidence, and common sense. That's what y'all live by. But you always take the side of the motherfuckers that you represent. The police in this situation, from what I see in the video now, I don't know what kind of backlash I'm gonna get for this video or not, but I'm just speaking what I feel. 'Cause I watched the footage. I read some of the backstory about what happened. So just from watching the video, the police officers were not wrong in that situation. Just from what I see in the video, there's a man with a knife coming at you. They don't know this man. All right, the man's family know him. The mom, from what my understanding, was begging, "Don't shoot him, don't shoot him." You know, he's mentally ill. But the cop sees that there's a man coming at me with a knife, and I'm gonna react to this threat, and that's what they did. All right, I don't think this was a case of racial profiling. I don't think this was a case of police brutality or whatever, but I did hear that the two officers didn't have their tasers on them. Now, I'm not very familiar with police officers, and, you know, are they mandated to carry tasers at all times? Like, I'm not sure about that, so I don't really want to speak on that, but it's just funny because most police officers do have a taser on them, and a taser in that situation would have been the first move because he didn't have a gun. So being that he didn't have a gun, a taser probably would have subdued him. You know, but some people are cock strong and they'll shake that taser off and come after your ass still, and then you have to act accordingly. So they didn't have their tasers for whatever reason. The weapon that they did have, they used it. So I guess more facts will come out about the taser and why they didn't have it, or if they did have it, they just say that they didn't have it. I don't think anybody can It's like fucking Top Gun outside of my house, man. It's fucking Top Gun out here, man. These fucking jets are flying by. But I haven't seen the body cam footage yet, so listen, I don't know 100% of the facts that's going on. I'm just going by what I've seen. This brother came out there with a knife. He was having an outburst. The 911 was called, but according to the family, they called for the ambulance to come because he was having a psychotic breakdown. The ambulance was supposed to come in, you know, I guess take him, but the police came instead. Now, I don't know about that either, because if somebody in my house is sick and I'll call 911, I need an ambulance, the ambulance comes. Police officers don't come instead of the ambulance, so that's kind of weird to me. And also, they were called out, officers were called out 3 times that day. They was called 3 times because of Mr. Wallace. So he has a history of mental psychotic breakdowns. He has a history of resisting arrest with the officers. He just has a troubled history, okay? He's been arrested and all that shit. And that's what motherfuckers that take and be like, well, he wasn't a saint. You know, he did all this. Mental illness is a real thing, y'all. All right? And if you don't have any family members, if you don't know anybody, you would never understand that. You would just go into this with a non-compassionate mind of, well, fuck them. You know, no. I know people that are mentally ill, and it's a serious thing. You know what I mean? And you should never celebrate when somebody like that gets killed because they have a problem. But all you see is, well, back the blue, back the blue. But like I said, I can't really fault the cops in this situation. Now, I did hear on the dispatch call that the cops were forewarned of what was coming. Now, I don't know if these same 2 officers went out there the other couple of times, because I heard the officers did come out there, they did know the guy. I don't know if these officers knew the guy. Like I said, I guess more facts have to come out. But these officers were forewarned about this, man. Like, hey, this guy's dangerous. This is an ongoing domestic dispute. So in their mind, they're like, okay, this guy might be dangerous. And now, man comes at me with a knife. I have to handle him. And it's sad. And I don't know what the family did to really help this brother. I mean, there's only so much you can do with the mentally disturbed relative. You know what I mean? But it's just tragic, man. And, you know, like I said, that's somebody's son. His mom right now is grieving, you know, and you say, well, he hit his mom, he hit... Look, man, the man was fucked up. That the mother, even though he may have lashed out at his mom, he probably hurt his mom a couple times, but he's not there all the way, man. You know what I'm saying? And she still loved her son, so don't sit there and judge that shit. And of course, I went on YouTube and I looked up, he was an aspiring rapper. And I saw a couple of his videos. I'm pretty sure YouTube's going to take him down. And in the video, he's thugged out. He's shooting guns and stuff. There were people in the comments, well, all these guns in this video, why did he come to the gunfight with a knife? People always got jokes, man. The internet's undefeated. And it's unfortunate because now this really paints him in a bad light because, well, he was a wannabe gangster rapper. He had guns in his video. This guy was clearly a thug. I don't know this man. Never met him, know nothing about him. I just know from what I read in the articles and stuff. You know, he could have been a thug. But what I will say is that the rioting and all that shit that's going on in Philly, dead ass wrong. All right, look, y'all, this may be controversial, but all that rioting and looting and shit is a fucking waste of time. What the hell did it ever solve? Like, what did it gain anybody besides a 55-inch Vizio TV in their living room? It doesn't solve shit. All this protesting and everything, it doesn't solve a fucking thing. All right, what's solving something is getting with these politicians, getting with these lawmakers, and really making change. Like the shit that Ice Cube's doing with his contract for Black America, that's on some real change type shit. Even though he's getting kind of blasted for that, but at least he's trying to do something. You know what I mean? We need more people in power and, you know, status that gets with these lawmakers, get with these people, and call and make some real change. But getting out there and busting up a AutoZone, busting up a fucking Walmart and shit, and people getting hurt, what the fuck does that solve, man? And then, you know, the main thing people are saying, well, look, all this rioting, all people getting hurt for him, for this thug, for this guy that had a criminal record, and he had this and this or whatever, you know. And I get that. And it shouldn't be that. You know what I'm saying? If anything, this should pull people together. This situation should bring more awareness and more attention to mental illness. You know what I mean? Because let's be real, y'all. When it comes to shit like this, mental illness really don't apply to us. You know, you look at some of these serial shooters over the years, these mass shooters that killed so many people, they were clinically mentally ill, but they're still alive. And yeah, they surrendered their weapon. I guess that may be the difference between him, I mean, this brother and those guys. They actually surrendered and shit, you know what I mean? But mental illness is a real thing, so you really can't judge this man. He's gone, let him rest in peace. I can't stand when a motherfucker try to criminalize somebody and they're already gone. Like, let this man rest, let this man's family mourn. But the rioting and looting and shit, I ain't with it. I ain't with it, y'all. I'm not with it at all. Peaceful protesting, marching, all of it's a fucking waste of time. We've been doing that shit for I don't know how long and never solved a motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? We need to do something different. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same shit over and over and expecting different results. You know what I'm saying? I probably said that wrong, but you know what I mean. You know, you're in the cycle of doing the same shit, but it produces nothing. That's fucking insane. That rioting and shit is outdated. Even back in the Rodney King days, that shit ain't solved nothing. Them motherfuckers still got off. Rioting don't do shit. You know, and it makes us look bad. The black people that do it, because I know we're not the only ones that do it, but the black people that do it, it makes us look bad because now, you know, we're animals. This is not about George Floyd. This is not about Walter Wallace Jr. This is not about Ahmaud Arbery. This is all about us getting some speakers, getting some TVs and shit and PlayStations or whatnot. It makes us look fucking bad, man. We need to change the fucking narrative on that shit for real. So yeah, I'm not with it. I'm not with the shit. The officers that got hurt, I'm not with it. I want to celebrate it. The people that got hurt, I'm not celebrating that shit. This was a tragic incident that needs to be more looked into. All right. I'd like to see some body cam footage, but we haven't got that yet. Bottom line is, 911 was called. Family claimed they was calling for the ambulance. The cops showed up. Man came at them with a knife. They put him down. These cops are not going to get charged for that. They're not going to do... Nothing's going to happen to these officers. Let's be real. You know, even when you have solid evidence, a lot of times these officers get off. I can't think of one time where an officer got convicted for a wrongful death of somebody. I've never seen it. If you have, let me know. These officers are going to get off. So all that rioting and shit ain't going to change a goddamn thing. It's just going to make us look even worse and give the right more ammunition to come after us. You know what I'm saying? Give the president more ammo to come after us. You know, I will not support violence against any officers. I am your law and order candidate. Ooh, Trump. Ooh, Trump, we worship you. Yes, worship me, my beautiful people. That's my take, and that's my 2 cents on it. I can't judge his brother. He was mentally not there. Anyways, y'all, this is Rashad G signing out. If you like the content, hit that like and subscribe, notification bell in the corner. See you in the next video.